Always give it 100, don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing, I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror.
Today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Yep, that same question you asking is the same question I'm asking. And I know everyone wants to know that same question. What is it? And we're about to find out what it is, only to know what it isn't. Because I have a confession to make regarding this vehicle that I'm about to show you guys. But first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications so that anytime I drop a video, upload, you guys will be the first to see it. Now, here's my confession. It's kind of a crazy confession because this is the first time in any of my videos that I presented something of this type. But here's the issue, okay? This car or SUV is called a cylinder. But here's the dilemma with this cylinder. I don't know where the car comes from or who made it. That's right. I don't know where this car was made. I don't know who made this car. It's weird because I tried to do research. I tried to find it. I thought maybe it was something that China done, but to no avail. This car doesn't exist in China. So I checked the US. It doesn't exist in the US. So I checked in other parts of the world. Still, this SUV does not exist. Huh is right. I have literally done research on this vehicle and it doesn't come up nowhere. I've tried looking for upcoming vehicles at car shows. It doesn't exist. And it's kind of making me wonder how this vehicle came to be, because they practically made a car that does not exist. Which is kind of crazy because every car has some type of backstory or some type of history behind it, or whether it's a new debuting car, they still would at least have an idea or something, or some type of discussion or something behind how they came up with the vehicle. But the problem is it doesn't exist. So now I'm about to let you guys see for the first time. And I purchased this car from AliExpress, and most of the cars I purchased from AliExpress is either cars that were made in China or cars that were made here in the US. But every car has a backstory. It's either an upcoming car, a car that's already been made, either China or either here in the States. But this one does not exist at all. So now I'm about to flip this camera so you guys can see for the first time what this SUV looks like. So I'm going to turn you guys here, and as you can see, there's a box here. And I really don't know what to say in this video as far as this is concerned. I guess I can show you the car and kind of make comps with it, because there is really no other way to explain this. But I guess when you guys see it, you can ultimately make comps for yourself. It's only 2 vehicles that I make comps to when it comes to this, and you're about to see. So here we go. This is the SUV that does not exist. Check this out. This is called Cylinder. And I don't have a backstory for this. I don't have any details or anything about this car. I bought it on AliExpress. I thought it was a cool looking vehicle to add to my collection. But this would probably be the first time I purchased something in which AliExpress made that does not have a history, nor does it exist. And it's weird because usually every car that I've purchased either had a backstory or it has some type of history of where it come from, whether it's a generational vehicle. But guys, this car here does not exist. How do you make a car that does not exist? I've tried multiple times to try to find this car. I've looked up the name many a times and nothing is coming up. Nothing's coming up here in the States. Nothing is coming up in China. Nothing is coming up in no other country. I don't know where this car comes from. I don't know who made this car. So I am just as baffled as you guys are, okay? And like I'm speechless because I don't know what type of engine this thing has. I don't know if it's electric. I don't know anything about this vehicle. Okay? I'm just looking at what I see right here. The same thing y'all seeing is what I saw. Okay? And I thought it was something that maybe China was coming out with, or something, maybe a car that was coming out maybe the latter part of the year or something like that. But this car does not exist. You guys can try to look it up and see if you can find it. If you do, by any chance, find where this car comes from and who made it, please let me know. Because I've done research. I've tried to find it. And to no avail. It's telling me that there is no car made in China, in US, or any other country called a Cylinder. Okay? But let's look at this. Because when you look at the shape of this, there are 2 SUVs that come to mind when you look at this Cylinder. Only 2. The 2 I have in mind is a Rolls-Royce Cullinan and a Bentley Bentayga. Those are the 2 I compare this to, because that's what basically comes to mind when I look at this. Those are the only 2 SUVs that come to mind when I look at this Cylinder. And just so you see right there on the hood, it says Cylinder. And it's weird because I've tried looking for this thing and it does not exist. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. It says HCL model. You see how the headlights look? Those are some pretty cool looking headlights. And you can see the grill. The grill kind of reminds me of a Bentley grill, sorta. That's the vibe I get when I look at the front of this. It gives me like Bentley vibes. And see, when you even look at the side profile, it kind of gives you like that Rolls-Royce Cullinan / Bentley Bentayga vibes as far as the side profile, you know, how the car looks, the shape of it and everything. It just looks like luxury. And here's the back of it. It says cylinder on the back, as you can see. Guys, I don't know what cylinder is. I haven't found it, and I wish to know a little more about this company. But unfortunately, cylinder doesn't exist. So I'm stuck at a crossroads here. And the only thing I can do is show you guys this vehicle and show you the car itself. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys watching, maybe you guys can do some type of extensive research and maybe find out where this car comes from, if this car actually does exist, and who make it. If you find it, please let me know. Please let me know, because this one has me stuck. Like, I'm really puzzled by this one, because the response that I got was basically no results at all. I didn't get no results from this. So it says HC model on the plates. You see cylinder right there on the back, and it opens up back here. I believe that middle piece is the extended console, because the back does have a console that runs through the middle. So let me open it up and let you guys see. As you can see right there, it has a console that runs through the middle right there. And if you look at it, you could just tell it looks like it's got some type of luxury look to it. Like, it's got the console, and then the middle part here looks as if maybe something is supposed to be placed there. You know, I mean, it just looks too luxurious to not be something notable. So let's look at the dashboard. There's a screen right there in the center of the dashboard. As you can see, it has a picture of the navigation there on the screen, and it has little detail in the center of the dashboard on the screen there. And then below the screen, you can see there are a few buttons beneath it. So they did do a little detail there in the center. However, it's more or less like plain in the center console, no colors or anything like that. I just feel like, but basically at some point I'll probably just add some color to it and make it look, you know, expensive. You know, when I do the interior, another color. And let's check it out from the other side. As you can see, the steering wheel there has some silver points two on the side and one on the bottom. And in the center of the steering wheel, there's no name. It's just like a shape in the center of the steering wheel. Guys, I am just as baffled as you are. And this is an engine, so this tells me that this car does have a gasoline engine. You know, I'm just not sure what kind of engine this is, or you know what its capable horsepower is, pound feet of torque, anything. I don't know any options. I don't know nothing, because this just happened to be one that kind of sprung up on me as a surprise, basically, for no results, pretty much. And it's kind of unfortunate, you know, when you have a vehicle like this and there is no way to explain what it is, whether it has a backstory, whether it had an idea, if it's just debuting for the first time, or the origin of where it came from. We have none of those details. Lights do appear to work, and also they come on in the back. And guys, I don't know. I don't know. I like it. I like the way this looks. But I think the issue is the fact that we're looking at something that does not exist, guys. Like, this SUV does not exist. Let that marinate right now. Because, like I said, I have been ordering from AliExpress for almost, well, 3 years now. Maybe 4. And this is the first time that I've ever purchased a diecast model from them that does not exist in their neck of the woods, over here, or anywhere on the planet. It's just like they made this fictitious car that just doesn't exist. You know, kind of like just something they just made up and put together and put out there. And I just find that a little weird, because how do you even come up with such? I could understand better if it was a concept, you know, even if it's just a concept, just an idea. If that's all it is, just let it be that, you know. But it didn't even come up as that. Like, it came up as this vehicle does not exist. And that's just crazy, because I can't give you guys any details on this, on what the, like I said, what the horsepower is, what amenities, what options and features that this SUV has, who the manufacturer is, where it comes from. The only thing I know is that it's called a cylinder, and it looks expensive because it has that Rolls-Royce Bentley Bentayga look to it, body style wise. And then you could see by the interior that it also has that luxurious look with the console running through the back and then one running through the front. So that's all I can really give you guys as far as this goes. There's really nothing else that I could say about this. I like the color. It is a beautiful color. Now, I think the thing that kind of tricked me was the fact that when I saw this on AliExpress, the whole car was actually red. It did not have this silver bottom to it. Like, the whole car was red. And then when it arrived with silver on the bottom. So at some point I thought I was getting the all red cylinder, when in fact I got a red over silver cylinder, which is fine. I still like the color regardless, but I just thought the whole car was going to be red as it shows in the ad or in the picture. So I don't know, guys. This one is quite stifling and puzzling and confusing at the same time, because I thought it would have been something with at least a backstory or at least a point of origin as far as where it came from. And like I said, even if it's just a concept, let it be a concept. If it's an idea that China may have made and said, well, we came out with this and we called it the cylinder and didn't really work out for us, so we didn't plan or won't plan to put this into production, and then that's cool. At least I know it's a concept car, and I'll know a backstory, and I'll know the origin of where it came from and all of that. But when you talk about a car that does not have a history, that does not even exist, then where do you start? Like, there's nowhere to start. Because we're talking about something that nobody even knows about, let alone exist at all. So what are we supposed to do with information, well, misinformation about a vehicle that doesn't exist? You know what I mean? But other than that, I like it. I liked it. You know, it's really cool, and it doesn't really have much of any markings on the bottom, so it is nice. Now, according to AliExpress, this is a 122 scale. I still feel like it fits in that 124 scale molding, because a lot of my SUVs are this size, so it still fits within the 124 scale category. So that's about all I can tell you guys on this cylinder. No backstory, no point of origin or anything like that. I can just show y'all how it looks. But there are some, I wanted to mention, there are some vehicles on AliExpress that I have on my watch list. And these are 132 scale, but my hope is that they become 124s somewhere down the line, because I'm quite sure that some of these will actually become 124 in some time. I think they give it a little bit of time to see what it does in a 132 scheme of things, and then at some point they will convert it over to 124. I had a similar situation like that when I had the Cadillac Escalade on the watch list when it was just the 132, and after a while they went on and upped the scale and put it as a 124. And at one point I thought it was a mistake on their part. That's what I thought, because I saw the 124 on it, and I was thinking, maybe did they make a mistake, or is this actually a 124? So I had to do the measurements. I did the measurements, and the measurements came out to that of a 124 scale. And so I purchased it, and when I got it, sure enough, it was a 124 scale. So the Escalade made its way to the 124 scale scene after being 132 for quite some time. So these are the vehicles that I'm about to name that I have on my watch list, that I am hoping and praying to become 124s somewhere down the line with AliExpress. And number one is one that I've had on the watch list for a long time, and I don't know if it's going to become a thing, but if it does, I will be so happy if they do it. And that is the Lexus LS500H. This is it right here. This Lexus LS500H, I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for them to convert this to a 124 scale. And it's still in the 132 category. And for the longest, I have been watching this Lexus literally to see when they're going to convert this to a 124, up the scale, make it bigger. But it hasn't happened yet. And so these are one of 6 that I have on my watch list. That's the first one. Now, the second one on my watch list is this Bentley Mulliner. This is a 132 scale. It hasn't been a 132 scale long, and I definitely like the look of this. It definitely presents a new look that Bentley has done, and I want this one to definitely go up to a 124 scale. I would love to see this as a 124 scale. I love the look of this and everything. So this is number 2 on my watch list. Number 3 on my watch list is the Haval H7 Dargo. Now, as you guys remember, a couple of videos back, I did a video on the Haval Cool Dog. And I believe I had mentioned the Haval H7 Dargo in that video. And so this H7 Dargo is a 132 scale. It just came out as a 132 scale. And I'm not sure how long it's going to be a 132 scale. So I'm like the first 2, I'm hoping that this one eventually gets turned into a 124 scale, like the Cool Dog, because the Cool Dog was actually a 132 as well, but they ended up upping the scale to 124. So the Dargo is number 3 on my watch list. Number 4 is this VW Santana wagon. Now, this just came out. So it hasn't been a 132 long. This just appeared, and I know it's going to be a minute before they do a 124 scale. They may not ever do a 124 scale, but I'm hoping and praying that they do, because I love station wagons. And they don't have enough modern station wagons in the diecast market today. You got a lot of old wagons, but they don't have a lot of up-to-date wagons. And so I would love to see some station wagons in the diecast, particularly this Santana wagon, because I do have the 4-door sedan, which I'll feature in a video one day. But this one right here, I really like the look of this, and I'm hoping that they do this in 124 scale. So that's number 4 on my list. Number 5 on my list is the Dodge wide body Charger Hellcat. Now this one is very special because this one has the light features and everything else. So this one also is one that just came out as well. This one has not been on the market long as a 132. So I do believe that this Charger will actually go up in scale, and that it will eventually appear as a 124 once they let the car simmer a little bit in the 132 category. And I guess they want to see how it does. But I think if they go ahead and kind of throw it into the 124 category, then I believe it will definitely sell. They did the Challenger already. The Challenger's already out. I have the Challenger. I just bought the Challenger not too long ago. So I have the Challenger. But now you have the Charger. And number 6, last but not least, and this is probably one of the most anticipated ones, the one I'm definitely looking for on my watch list to go 124. And that is this electric Dodge Charger. Yes, they have the electric Dodge Charger in 132 scale. Man, when I saw this, my hopes was so high, because I feel like now that they unveiled this to the 132 scale, I feel like my hopes is going to go up, and it's going to be a positive, because I do honestly believe that this electric Charger is going to eventually jump into the 124 category not long after it's been in 132. And I do feel like once it does, this thing is going to make a big splash. And trust me when I tell you, when this Charger jumps into the 124 category, best believe I am jumping on top and getting me one ASAP. Okay? It's not a game. I am definitely getting me one of these. So that was the 6th and final car. So those are the 6 cars that I have on my watch list to go 124 scale. And I'm going to be checking periodically, monthly, to kind of see where it goes. I'm going to be checking weekly to see what happens. And at some point, I'm definitely going to run into one of these 6 becoming 124 first. And then I believe there's going to be a few others in this lineup that's going to also convert over to 124. So I just wanted to mention that these are the 6 I'm looking for. You guys, you know, if you want the 132 scales of any of these 6, AliExpress, they sell them right now. You can go get them. Me, preferably, I would rather wait until they bring up the scale, and then I'll purchase them. That way I'll have it in the scale that I want them in. But pretty much, you know, that's about all I have for you guys. And unfortunately, I'm sorry that I couldn't give you guys no particulars on this cylinder. No point of origin, where it comes from, who made it. The only thing I can tell you is buy it on AliExpress. They have it, 122 scale, and that's it. But other than that, you know, I've done the research on it, and for some reason it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist here in the US. It doesn't exist in China. It doesn't exist in any other country. So we're basically looking at a car that does not exist, period, but is sitting on my table. Can somebody please explain that to me?
What?
But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grant you guys a farewell. Tell me if you like the look of this non-existent SUV. I have to say it that way because that's exactly what it is, unless one of you guys actually do some research and find it. Now, if one of you guys find it, please let me know. Please let me know so I can catch up on some of this research and then point me in the right direction so that I can kind of get some insight on what this SUV is, whether it's got a point of origin, whether it's just a concept, or whatever. Maybe there's a country that we forgot about where it exists and it just didn't pick up on it. But as far as I'm concerned, this is an SUV that does not exist. So, with all that being said, you guys, until next time, stay safe, stay prayed up, stay healthy, and good day.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded.